We want to turn now to a first in Canadian history. Doctors Without Borders, of course, best known for working in some of the world's poorest countries, but now it will be working in Canada to help people experiencing homelessness during the pandemic. Joining us this morning is the organization's executive director, Joseph Béliveau. Welcome to your morning.
Hi, good morning, Anne-Marie.
Doctors Without Borders has dealt with some of the worst outbreaks in medical history. How does this pandemic compare?
Well, yeah, you said it. I mean, we're very used to responding in conflict-affected areas or where health systems are non-functioning and responding to all different types of outbreaks, Ebola outbreaks, cholera, tuberculosis, and so on. So it is completely unprecedented for us to take action in Canada. And you ask, how does this compare? The reason why we started to pay attention and to look here in Canada is because COVID-19 is not a great equalizer. I've heard that term. It's not an equalizer. In fact, it really does affect different communities differentially. It puts some people are more at risk, and some people are having greater needs as a result of it. So people living without homes, Indigenous groups, particularly up in the north. People living in long-term care facilities. These are some of the individuals and communities that we've noticed are at greater risk and at greater need as well.
What are some of the greatest concerns right now, in particular with the sector who is experiencing homelessness? What are you seeing that is of concern to you?
So it's a particular moment right now, I would say. So what we're seeing. So first of all, I'll say that our role in this is quite atypical. Normally we're the ones who are putting the medical gloves on and doing hands-on medical care and treatment in Yemen, in South Sudan, in Congo, and so on. And here we see a different type of role for ourselves, which is really taking that knowledge that we've accumulated from responding to so many different outbreaks and sharing it. Now, and that's what we're doing, is we're working with partners here in Toronto to share that knowledge about how you set up a treatment facility. Now, what we're seeing at the moment is there's really a turning point right now between at risk and in need. And we know that there are at least 100 people who have tested positive now, people who don't have homes in the Toronto area. There's been a real effort to start testing, but it's only really started in earnest within the past week. And we know that there are at least 100 people tested positive, and probably more than that by now. But only a fraction of the 8,000 to 10,000 people living in Toronto without homes have so far been tested. And so, if you start to add up these numbers, we know that there's one hotel, for example, that's currently receiving COVID-positive patients. Mm-hmm. They have a capacity that we're told, because we're not involved in that one, but we're told that they have a capacity of about 200 beds. So this could very quickly, within days, become a situation where that facility is overwhelmed.
Joseph Béliveau with Doctors Without Borders, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing with us more about this Canadian first. Good to have you here.
Okay, my pleasure.
Thanks for watching. If you like this, be sure to subscribe here.
And you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.